I'm Kimberly Calderbank for Community Cultures. Today we are at the Lions Club Market at Burlington Centre. For over 60 years, this market has been providing a sense of community to the folks that come to see the vendors, and the volunteers here. We'll get to talk with some of them today to find out what makes this market so important to their community. Al is the co-chair of the market. Al, this market, being here in the outdoors, seeing people together, it really gives you a sense of community. How does that feel for you?
It feels good. It gives us the opportunity maybe to raise some money that we donate back into the community. Equally important, we have a lot of long-term vendors here who have been coming for a number of years, and it creates the spirit with their different products that they do have.
Some of the vendors we've spoke to have talked about watching children grow as they come to the market and getting to know the other vendors and that sense of community within that pocket. What are you experiencing as a volunteer each week?
As a volunteer each week, like this year, we have 12 new vendors for 2021, and that results from some other former vendors retiring, passing it on to a second generation, and we have 3 and 4 generation farms here. I enjoy meeting the different ones, and in the background I sort of look after setting up the vendors and making sure that we have a good product mix, and at the same time everyone is happy in what they're doing.
What do you hope for the market moving forward? What would you like to see?
This market is 63 years old and has a good reputation going from there. We would like to see it going for many years to come, and our landlord, the Burlington Centre, does recognize that we are sort of a crowd draw. One thing I might mention is some of the produce vendors, they don't come really until their product is ready, and that's why you see a couple of empty spots here today on Wednesday. But I think it is a good spirit, good fundraiser, and I can tell you off the top of my head from the statistics we have from the 63-year history, donations have resulted through the Lions Club donation projects of over $1.2 million over those 63 years.
It's an incredible impact you're making on the community locally as well here. You're open May till October, and you're Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. Can you tell us the details of the market?
The market, we opened this year a little bit earlier. Last year was sort of a struggle because of the COVID-19 regulations that we had to abide by, but we put everything in place, and this year we opened Wednesday, May the 19th, and we will close on Saturday, October the 30th. And we will probably open next year around the equal time as well. The vendors that are here will get offers to return in 2022, and the planning is still underway for setting that market up at that time.
Jim is the market co-chair. Jim, I'd love to hear about the club in general, the Lions Club. What is the Lions Club all about?
Well, I guess first and foremost, it's about community service. And so this market is one of our principal community services. We've been here since this mall opened in 1968, and 9 years prior to that at Central Park. And so our objective is to serve as many in the community as we can. And so we're very fortunate that the landlords have continued to have us, and we've been able to have, and this year we have 47 vendors from all over southern Ontario, as far north as Barrie. And so there's an employment opportunity there covering hundreds of people on farms and businesses. And last year we had 114,000 customer visits come to this site to buy freshness. And then for what is left over, and after our expenses, then we donate that to the community in the sport of scholarships and for youth organizations in the hospital and so on. So we've been doing this, it's the club's 93rd year. Beg your pardon, 97th year. And so we have the property in downtown Burlington, and We've had other clubs, and so there's about 35 of us involved actively right now in this club, but we're looking for more members. And the other thing we do is we rent our hall for people who are having wedding parties and graduation parties and so on. And it holds up to 150 people, and so we do that on the weekends especially. And we've been parking cars for Rib Fest and Sound of Music, which hopefully are going to return next year. And so we also collect used glasses, and they're recycled and sent to third world nations. And there's just a host of things. This year we've given out 8 scholarships to graduating grade 12 students that are going on to higher education. So there's a number of things that we do for the community.
What sense of pride and community spirit do you get when you come and you participate in events like this?
Well, I grew up in Burlington. I'm one of the originals, but I've lived elsewhere. And so, I can identify with a lot of the people and the businesses. But I think most of all, it's the coming together of people and providing the service. And last year when COVID hit, we really wondered how we were going to operate. And we worked very closely with the Department of Health and so on. But Al can tell you more about that. But it's bringing people together and being able to provide a service. And people coming in the gate here are so thankful that we're here and able to help these people carry on, because they're growing things and making things, and they need a place to sell.
You mentioned that you've been one of the original. This is an original piece for you, the Lions Club. What does the Lions Club future look like? You said you're looking for more members. What's your pitch for somebody to become a member of the Lions Club?
Well, it's for people who want to give back to the community for a few hours a week or a few hours a month. The membership is like $125 a year, so it's about $10 a month. And part of that goes to some benefits as well. But it's about being involved with people and helping people that need help. And so we donate to people that need assistance through different organizations that have the expertise for what they need. So we partner with them behind the scenes.
What's the club's service motto?
We serve.
Frank, you've been a Lion Club member for over 65 years. What first attracted you to the Lions Club?
Well, I just thought I'd like to be of service. The first 65 years, the first 50 years I had perfect attendance. And after that I went to Florida, so I wasn't able to have perfect attendance anymore. But yes, I've enjoyed this. I've chaired most of the committees in the club. The old days, the carnival committee and different things. Our service has changed over the years, and this market is the Burlington Farmers Market is one of the highlights of our year now.
Frank, would you say your favorite part about being a volunteer and working with the Lions Club is the market here, being in the outdoors?
I would say yes at this point. So many of our activities are redundant anymore, and the market is our main one right at the moment. And yes, I do enjoy it. I'm a greeter at the front there, and count the people on the way in and out. Yeah.
How many people does the market see on average in every year?
Attendance per trip, anywhere from 900 if it's a dull day, and up over to 2,000. Today there'll be over 2,000 people here.
You've obviously been of service to your community for years. You get joy from giving back. What is it about being a volunteer with the Lions Club that means so much to you?
Well, my father was a Lion before I was, and I saw what he enjoyed, and I just thought I'd follow that, and I have enjoyed every minute of it.
Frank, what's your pitch? Why should somebody become a Lions Club member?
Well, if they're service-minded and if they want to help people and do things like that, I think that's the main thing. That's the main thing, service.
Larry, you've been coming to this farm for the farmer's market for a long time now. Tell me a little bit about your setup here and the legacy of the farm.
Yeah, so my mother and that started probably the mid 70s to mid 90s we came, and then we were at other markets in the meantime. We started back up 3 years ago here to that, so it's been a family farm thing. We grow everything on the stand ourselves, and basically it's just me and my wife right now, so we just work away at getting that done to bring the nice fresh produce to the community here.
That's cool. So you're growing everything that we see here right on property, picking it and bringing it directly to the market. So talk to me about logistics. What does your timeline look like?
Basically, we get up around 4 in the morning the next previous day, so we start picking and try to get it picked fresh before actually the sun even comes up, because you get the best freshness of the produce at that time. So and then that just basically through the whole day we package it and get it into our cooler, and then the market day we get up at 4, pack the truck up and head down here to get it set up and display it.
Melinda Roberts is joining me from Roberts Farms. Melinda, you've been coming to this market for over 30 years. Tell us a little bit about your history with the Lions Club Market.
Well, we've been here, my family, now for I think about 35 years. So I've been here probably since I was, let's say, 10, or maybe a bit older than 10. The market has always been an integral part of the community here in Burlington. It allows a lot of growers locally from the Niagara region all the way through Burlington and kind of Norfolk area to come on down, not too far, to be able to bring some great produce. So I've been a part of that, and it's been great.
There's a great sense of community here at the market. Tell us a little bit about the community you've created here.
Well, we actually have a great crew of people that work for us here at Roberts Farms. This one gentleman here has been here with us for 20 years, but Don actually has been on the market himself as his family came to the market, and he's been selling corn here in addition to those 20 years. So he's been on the market probably as a young man himself. A lot of the kids who work behind our stand, they're actually customers' kids. So yeah, it's awesome actually. A lot of our customers who've been with us for many years, they love our stand, they love who we are, and they want their kids to have that experience and come work for us. So we're really proud to have a lot of students who are local, who we've seen them since they were little babies, come on out, and they've spent the summers working for us here, which is awesome. Like, I really love that.
I love that, because that's what this is all about, that sense of community that you get from the market, the folks that you get to know that come to your stand on a weekly basis. I imagine you have so many stories to share of people growing up. What's your favorite part of being a part of this market?
It's the buzz. Like, I'm going to be honest, it's the buzz about knowing that I've got some great produce to bring. We get up, I was saying at 3 a.m. or earlier every morning to load the trucks, and the excitement of bringing everything down, because people are truly excited. I want to know what's on people's menus for the week, what special jams they're making, what barbecues they have on the weekend, and how all of our produce fits into that. And so it's quite exciting.